It has been announced that Kevin Owens will face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble in a ladder match. Now, for those of you who haven't been watching, Kevin Owens stole the Winged Eagle Championship that Cody Rhodes wore at Saturday night's main event. And he held it hostage in order to get a rematch with Cody Rhodes. And Cody said, hey, why don't we hang his WWE Championship and Kevin Owens' Winged Eagle Championship that he stole, hang them high above the ring, and whoever climbs the ladder and grabs both of them wins the match. So that reminds me of the Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon ladder match at WrestleMania 10, where they had two Intercontinental Championship belts hanging above the ring because technically Shawn had been stripped of the title. Razor Ramon became the Intercontinental Champion, but Shawn still had his belt. He wasn't going to give it back to the company because he got stripped of the title. So they had that match for the two belts, one of the greatest matches in the history of professional wrestling. And Razor Ramon won. And the conclusion of the match was awesome. Shawn Michaels got caught up in the rope, so he couldn't chase after Razor Ramon to stop him from getting the two belts. It was great. And also, they didn't have like 20 different ladders and, 50 chairs and tables and, they didn't do all the crazy stuff that fans have come to expect from wrestlers these days. Now, the reason I mention this is because I'm hoping that this ladder match between Cody and Kevin goes back to that style of ladder match, toning things down, making it a little bit safer, and just following the philosophy that less is more, because it is. And I think a lot of guys and girls in today's wrestling world have forgot about this concept. You don't need to, be setting up all these different ladders and chairs and all these weird ways to create some memorable moment. If it's not organic, it's not really impressive. And I say this because Kevin Owens does this a lot in his matches. He'll set up like 5 or 6 chairs facing each other and then like do a brain buster to somebody onto them. Like, come on, man. It's like you're setting up all these chairs. You go under the ring, you throw all these chairs in the ring, then you set them all up. It's like, at some point during that time, shouldn't the opponent that you're facing like put a stop to it? Or how about instead of setting up this chair thing, why don't you try to win the match? It's like, I don't know. And it's not just me saying this. Like, Jericho had said this to like Sami Zayn when they were doing a ladder match with a whole bunch of guys. Like, he had to stop Sami from telling everyone to set up all these things. And it's like, this is ridiculous. You're supposed to climb the ladder and win the match. You're not supposed to be setting up random spots. And people are going to know that that's what you're doing. Like, you ever notice when somebody sets up a ladder or a table near the beginning of the match and then everyone just sort of forgets about it? But I'm always looking at that thing like, okay, obviously we're going to have a spot with this thing. It's sitting there. So now I'm just thinking about that the whole match. You shouldn't set up a spot so far in advance that everybody's just waiting for you to use the ladder or the table or whatever. Anyway, so I hope Cody and Kevin keep it simple. There have been great one-on-one ladder matches that didn't do all these insane spots, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go down that road because Cody is pretty much the most valued person in the company right now, so they need to play it safe with him. They can't afford him getting they can't afford to have him injured on the road to WrestleMania, because in all likelihood he's defending that WWE title there. Yes, my prediction is obviously that Cody is going to beat Kevin in this ladder match. I think it would be awesome if they swerved us and had Kevin win, but come on, there's too much money on the line here. Cody has to walk into WrestleMania as champion. Now, there is an example of a time when somebody did steal the championship away from a very popular world champion, only to give it right back to that person, and then that person headed into WrestleMania as champion. Obviously, I'm talking about when Edge cashed in the very first Money in the Bank briefcase on John Cena at New Year's Revolution 2006, after John Cena had been in an Elimination Chamber match. And yes, Edge did win the title there, only to lose it right back to John Cena a couple of weeks later at the Royal Rumble. He tapped out to John Cena, but he had a very entertaining title run, although it was very short. And then John Cena went into WrestleMania as champion to face Triple H. Edge was facing Mick Foley in a hardcore match. And Edge was not happy about that. He thought he should have been in the world title match. He thought he should have been main eventing, and they didn't let him. But I think they're going to play it a lot safer with the world title. I highly doubt they would have Kevin Owens win, because we know Kevin Owens is not heading into WrestleMania as world champion. That's just not enough of a draw to the casual viewer. I mean, everybody knows Cody. Cody's the big draw, and he's earned his spot. So they're going to have Cody walk into WrestleMania as champion. And I don't even think they want to play with the whole have Kevin win and then lose it back, a month later. I don't think they're going to play that game. So yes, I think Cody will be defeating Kevin Owens at the Rumble, and let's just hope they play it safe.